Hi, this is Stephanie and Tim for Touchdown Jacksonville, and we're here in the Jaguars weight room, and we're going to interview Luke and Anita Richeson. And Luke is the Jaguars strength and conditioning coach, Anita is the team nutritionist, and they're going to answer your questions that you submitted on Facebook. This comes to us from Matt Goff. Is muscle milk really what people make it out to be? What are some good lower body workouts to increase explosion?
Well, I'm going to let Anita answer the muscle milk. I do know that it tastes good. It is the best tasting protein. For the lower body, you know, a lot of people will get enamored with squats, but we really focus on the backside. You've got to have a strong low back. You've got to have strong glutes and strong hamstrings. So any type of leg curl, any type of back extension, there's an excellent exercise called a Romanian deadlift.
That's interesting.
Yeah, there's a traditional deadlift, but it tends to take more from your body than it can give. A trap bar deadlift is excellent. If you couple that with the variations of squat, front squat, back squat, you can really crank up your leg work. A lot of people will focus on leg extensions, calf work, and they have well sculpted legs, but they're built more for show versus go. And we're really training for horsepower, so we stick to the big movers. And I'll let you answer the question on muscle milk.
For any supplement, it's really important to remember what a supplement is. It is just what the word says, to supplement a good, wholesome diet. So a lot of times I think in our quick society we look at supplements and we start living off of them. Instead, let's look at supplements as supplementing a really healthy diet. So start first with a healthy diet, and then the other thing with supplements, especially like a protein shake or something like that, is the timing of it. You want to take in a shake after a workout, and I believe muscle milk is whey protein, and there's whey and casein tend to be the two top proteins to take in, and the key is to get it in immediately following a workout. The third thing you want to look at on any supplement is what is in the ingredients. Some supplements contain things like high fructose corn syrup, that we talked about earlier, or artificial sweeteners, which can be really inflaming to your body. So look at the ingredients, look for the most natural ingredients that you can find in a supplement, and stick with that one, and make sure you take it after your workout, immediately following. You get the best results.
All right. Next question comes from Michael Lang, and he wants to know, do you incorporate TRX training? I guess it's...
Yeah.
He learned about it. Just curious how you guys incorporate it.
Yeah, we were actually fortunate enough to get, with our racks, 14 racks we have here in our gym, 14 TRX units, and we do a lot of pulling, horizontal pulling. We do some single leg split squat work with it. And we use it as a supplement into our training, not as a single prime workout. But there are a number of exercises you can do. You can do some good rear delt exercises. There's some good ab work you can do with it. There's a whole series of exercises and an actual workout that comes with it. We've kind of picked and choose our spots and how it works into our blueprint, but it allows us to do a lot of good things, keep the guys free of pain, and provide a good range of motion. So it's an excellent tool.
This comes to us from Mandy Duncan. She has season tickets and her fiance is a huge fan of yours. But she says, back to me. Is it true that for tone instead of bulk you should do lighter weights and more reps? She said that a guy once told her her shoulders looked more manly, so she was very paranoid about that.
I wish someone told me my shoulders were big, but you know, I think women have kind of gotten a paranoid fear of training, and I've even talked with it with my wife, who was a swimmer, and she's got broad shoulders, and she's told me, well, I don't want to get manly looking, and the fear of getting too big. But I'm 200 pounds. I've trained to get big, and this is all I've got. So I think women need to realize that it's good to get strong. It's good to train for strength. That if you think about your strength continuum, a woman, you know, if you can row, let's say a 30-pound dumbbell, moving a 10-pound dumbbell for more reps, you're really not going to get a lot of bang for your buck. You may burn some calories, you may fatigue, but if you want to see your body comp change, you've got to train for strength. You've got to start to handle something that's going to challenge your body. A lot of people will train in a comfort zone and never really spike it and see where they're at with ebbs and flows to see what kind of strength increase they can have, and they kind of get bored with the training, and that's where they start to lose interest because they're burning. They may put in a lot of hours, but without a solid plan of attack on the intensity, they taper off. So, you know, Anita just started a new plan, and she can kind of speak to it and her thoughts on it. But, no, I don't worry about getting bulky, because it takes a lot of commitment in the gym and a lot of effort to get any type of bulk. So stay with it. Don't let any comments sidetrack you.
I've felt that way before. I've worried about that. My sister and I have talked about that exact problem. And what I've learned from him is that between diet, when I say diet, I mean just good, solid nutrition base and a good regimen in the gym, you can get strong and not always get bulky. And like he said, it's hard. And working with the guys here, it's hard to put a lot of bulk on. It takes a lot of diligence in the gym and diet coupled together to put bulk on. So I think sometimes when our muscles get sore as women, maybe we think that we're feeling bulky. There's nothing wrong with having a good, strong, solid back and wear a nice little tank top to show it off.
All right, our next question comes from Michael Rofe, and he's saying that he's training to be a defensive end, and he wants to know how he should train.
Well, I wish I had a few more variables regarding the needs here, but if you look at the demands of a football player, especially someone that's going to be in the trenches, the one thing you're going to need is strength. So a 4-day strength program geared around one day being upper, the second day being lower, coming back to a third day upper, and a fourth day being lower. If you can get on a plan that will be geared around your strength and not to minimize your speed and power, but the guys who are in the trenches are doing a lot of hand fighting, and your hips have got to be very powerful. So without having a lot of variables, you can't go wrong by spending as much time as you can in the weight room trying to get as strong as possible. That's going to help with that get off when you attack the offensive tackle and when you get ready to engage someone.
This comes from one of our Twitter followers. She wants to know, how do players keep strong during the off season, and how do you keep active?
Well, that question has been something that we have changed here the last couple of years. Is typically an off-season training program. When the guys finish their last game, we go through an exit procedure, and then they would start back in mid-March. Then the off-season training program would last through the 3rd or 4th week in June, and then they have 4 or 5 weeks off before training camp. So they have 4 or 5 weeks to get out of shape again before training camp. So we've changed the mindset and the culture from, we want you to truly have some downtime. So our players, they know from come January, you're going to have up until April 5th. So we've started our start date back to April 5th. Now, we have 20 guys in-house right now, and I'm almost asking them, hey, it's great you're here, but you know this is your downtime, because when we start in April, we're going to now finish July 15th. So they'll get 2 weeks off versus 4 to 5 weeks off. And really, after the demands of the season and basically being in 20 to 25 car wrecks every Sunday, the jolt and the demands on the body, they need some good downtime. They need a change of scenery. So we recommend them doing, we send them a take-home program, but basically some light stretching. The main thing is that they're staying on their plan with the diet, not letting their body comp get out of whack, keeping their lean mass as best they can with a 2-day-a-week training program. And Anita and myself, we stay fit. I'm still committed to my training. It may not show it, but my staff and I, we get after it 4 times a week here. But chasing our kids around and keeping our dog active, that's the main things we keep going. And we love to travel around here. We just went down to Guano State Park, Guano State, and so we had a blast there. And we're into seeing the state parks and getting to the beach. So as much And much of that active lifestyle, we're taking advantage of it. We love it here.
Great.
Thank you both so much. We really appreciate it, and our fans will appreciate it as well.
Excellent.
Thanks.
Thank you.